Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for joining me once again for Tarot and Astrology. So in this video, we're going to find out which minor arcana card relates to your birth chart and your sun sign. And we're going to do that by looking at the decans in astrology. Now, I just want to say that there are books and books written on the topic of decans alone. We're not going to go into any details of what decans mean or their esoteric symbolism in this video. I might do that at some point later on in the future, but for the purposes of this video, which is mapping out the tarot cards that correspond to your birth chart, we're only going to look at which minor arcana card is significant for you in relation to the decan that corresponds to your sun sign. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to switch the camera and we're going to begin. So in the first video, we looked at how the astrological birth chart is organized. We saw the circle of the zodiac belt, and we divided it into 4 quadrants using a vertical line and a horizontal line, giving us 4 equal angles of 90 degrees each. Now, if we take one quadrant and divide that into 3 equal parts, we come up with 3 30 degrees angles. And if we continue this division all throughout the circle, we get 12 equal angles of 30 degrees, which correspond to the 12 astrological signs and the 12 houses of the zodiac. Now, let's just take one of these angles, one of these 30 degrees angles, which correspond to a sign, and divide that further into 3 parts. So if we divide it further into 3 equal parts, we get 3 angles of 10 degrees each, which correspond to a decan. Deca, the stem, the Latin stem for the number 10, is 1 10-degree angle out of the 3 10 degrees angles in a sign. So each astrological sign is 30 degrees, and each sign has 3 decans of 10 degrees. Now let's look at our first sign of the zodiac as an example. So here we have Aries, ruled by Mars, beginning at the spring equinox. And here we can see that the sign is divided into 3 decans. So when the sun is between 0 to 10 degrees of Aries, we have our first decan, which approximately corresponds to the first 10 days of the zodiac month. When the sun is between 10 to 20 degrees of Aries, we have the second decan, which corresponds to the second 10 days, approximately the second 10 days of the month, of the zodiac month of Aries. And when the sun is between 20 to 30 degrees of Aries, we have our third decan, corresponding to approximately third 10 days of the sign of Aries. So I'm going to put up a slide right now, and you can pause the video and find your sun sign and see which decan corresponds to your birth day. So let's look at how the minor arcana cards are organized within the decan system, starting with the aces. So the aces represent the essence of each of the 4 elements in astrology. the essence of the element of fire, the forward moving active energy of life and of spirit, of passions, creativity, and playfulness, is the Ace of Wands. So all of the fire signs are embedded in the aces, in this case, Ace of Wands. The essence of the element of earth, the practical, physical, material aspects of life, is the Ace of Pentacles. The essence of the element of air, the intellect and the mind, Ace of Swords. And the essence of the element of water, of the emotions, feelings, intuition, subconscious mind, corresponds to the Ace of Cups. Now let's look at how the numbered cards are organized by looking at this chart here. So here we have the decan, first, second, third, and the signs, the cardinal signs. So all cardinal signs, which are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, are given the 2s, 3s, and 4s in the minor arcana. All fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, are the 5s, 6s, and 7s in the minor arcana. The mutable signs, which are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, are the 8s, 9s, and 10s. First decan, first set of numbers, second decan, second set of numbers, third decan, third set of numbers. Now to make it easier, let's look at an example. So let's say you have your sun in Aries and you are born on March 24th. So March 24th corresponds to the first decan of Aries, where the sun is 0 to 10 degrees of Aries. Aries is a cardinal sign and Aries is a fire sign. Cardinal numbers are the 2s, 3s, and 4s. Fire is the suit of wands. So the first decan would correspond to which of those 3 numbers? That's right. Okay, number 2. So the 2 of wands corresponds to the first decan of Aries. So there you have it. That is your minor arcana card. Now, there may be more than one minor arcana card related to your sun sign. This one that we just looked at is the card that's significant for the decan, which corresponds to the day of your birth. So there may be another card which we'll see and find out if there is one in the next video when we look at all the minor arcana cards. Initially, I was going to make one long video, but then I decided to split it in 2 parts. So the first part here where I just introduce the decans and we quickly find out which card is important for you, which minor arcana card. And then in the next video, we're going to look at all the minor arcana cards in relation to all the decans in astrology. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you all of you for your kindness, for your encouraging comments, for supporting me in this process. I'm so proud of you for making it to this point. I'm so proud of you for continuing with this study, which is highly complex and it's a huge subject to undertake. So good for you for being here. And I am just so privileged to be part of your journey with you. I have had the joy of watching some of you talk about your experience with tarot and astrology and then sharing your birth chart in relation to tarot, which has been so enriching for me. When I first decided to make these series, I knew I would be learning a lot, but just by making them, but I didn't know that I would be learning so much from all of you, from watching your videos, from listening to you and reading your comments. So that has been really enriching for me personally, and thank you so much for that. and I'm looking forward to hearing more from you as we go along. Thank you again, and I'm sending you many blessings and much love. Until the next video, take care. Bye.